Hello, class. I hope you are all doing well. So today we're going to go over some stuff from Unit 5, but before we do that, I have been informed, and you may have as well, that the written test will be on June 5th, okay? And it will cover Units 1 through 6. Now, the speaking test will be done shortly after. We don't have a specific date yet, but I will let you know, and I will keep in touch. All right, so let's get started for today. So today we are looking at the grammar, some of the grammar for Unit 5. This is second and third conditionals. All right, so second conditionals. These are also called unreal conditionals. They are situations that are not likely. So yeah, unrealistic situations. The condition will most likely not be filled. So these are made with an if statement and a then statement. Then, not no then here, but that's what I like to call them for now. So it's if plus simple past clause, then a modal verb with a base verb, and then sometimes the simple past, not present. So fix that really quick. So let's look at these examples. So if I were a millionaire, so we have the if statement, and then the simple past clause. Here's the verb were, past, simple past. I would buy a castle. So if I were a millionaire, I would buy a castle. So yes, here we have the modal verb and the base verb. And here there is no simple past. You will not always see the simple past. Next, so if there was a fire in the building, so here again, if, and this is a simple past clause, was simple past tense, it would be hard to escape. Now here, here's the base verb, but this is an example of the simple past. They're not always there, but you may see them from time to time. Depends on what you're trying to say. Now, you will not always use would. Other modal verbs can do as well, like could, might, may, etc. So won't always be would, so just be aware, okay? Next. So the negative form, if plus a simple past clause, and then would plus base verb plus maybe simple past. Now, I have not in parentheses here because it can go on one, either the if clause or the modal verb clause. It can go on either or even on both. I'll show you in the examples right here. So for this one, the if statement comes down over here behind. So the if statement, the if statement and the modal verb statement does not always have to be the if statement first. So we have if he was careful, if simple past clause, he would not have had the accident. So here we have would, the modal verb, and not. And then again, base verb in simple past. Next, if you weren't making so much noise, I could concentrate better. So for this example, not right here, it is part of the if statement rather than the modal verb statement. All right. And as you can see for this one, there is no simple past, just the base verb right here, concentrate. In next, I wouldn't have a car if I didn't live in this country. So again, the if statement is in the back, not the beginning, it is at the end of the sentence. And as you can see in this statement, not is in both the if clause and the modal verb clause. So it depends on what you are trying to say, but not, to make the negative form can go on either of these clauses or on both. Just remember, the not will always come after the simple past, which in this case is did, and after the modal verb, would. All right, the not will never change place, but it can be in either clause. Okay, let's move on. So the third conditional. Now, this is for a hypothetical situation. Now, hypothetical, that is a situation that could happen, a possibility. And its consequences, what might happen. This is more an imaginary situation, not unrealistic, but imaginary. You're thinking of a possibility and what might happen if this other action happened. So it's made with if plus the past perfect, then the modal verb with have, and then the past participle. And the not right here, that is the negative form. And again, the not can also go after the past perfect verb form as well. So let's look at these examples. So if you had come to class more often. So we have, here's you had, that's the past perfect, or not you had come. There's the past perfect, remember, past perfect is had plus verb. You would have done better on the exam. So here's the modal verb, have, and then past participle right here. So let's look at this next one. This one is a negative form. So we have he would have died. So again, we have plus the past participle right here. He would have died if he hadn't been wearing a helmet. So here's the past perfect form. And then right here, the not. So the not will come after the had. Yes, remember the past perfect form is had plus verb, usually past participle. And then, yeah, the not will come after the had. All right, let's continue. So this is a little bit of practice, okay? You might want to, if you want to practice, you can pause the video right now So which of these are second conditional? And which of these are third conditional? I'll give you a second. If you want to pause, pause now. All right, well, if you did the practice, here are the answers for you. The first one, second. Well, basically second conditional, third conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. Let's take a look at why. So second conditional, if you came to class more often. So came, just past simple, remember. You would probably pass the exam. So base verb right here, right? So if, and then modal verb. Second, third conditional, remember. If you had come, past perfect, to class more often, you would have probably passed the exam. So have, then past participle. Probably is a form of, it's an adverb for these kind of sentences. Well, not just these sentences, but it's describing past. So remember this one, number 3, is the second conditional. If I were you, so past simple, I'd make Jimmy wear a helmet when he rides a bike. So would make base verb, right? And then the rest of the clause. So, and remember, number 4 was the third conditional. So if the jacket had been, past perfect, a bit cheaper, I might have bought it. So as I've said, the modal does not always have to be would. It can be any modal, really. Then you also have bought, have plus past participle. All right, so later this week, I will post another video for the rest of the grammar that we will be looking at for Unit 5. And remember, on Thursday, I want to have an in-person class on Zoom at 6 p.m. your time. All right. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you, and I will see you again.